Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Buddy Strange, this is StrangeVoodooTV, and man, you might as well call us the Lions because we got screwed this week, this past week. Oh man, might as well call us Jameis Winston because we had some really bad picks this past week. I mean, come on. Might as well call us the Miami Dolphins because might as well be tanking. Oh man, okay, we might as well continue just like the Titanic. If the ship's going down, let's captain it to the very bottom, everybody. So let's get into this past week, the iceberg we hit, and then continue to sink further down into the depths by picking this next week. Alright, the win of the week is going to be Miami winning the first Tank Bowl over Washington Redskins. And I know you're like, oh, but in the stat column it says Washington won. On the scoreboard it says, well, that's not winning the Tank Bowl, that's losing the Tank Bowl. By winning the Tank Bowl, you gotta lose. I know, it's weird. No, the official win of the week is actually going to be the Jets winning over the Cowboys. That was something I don't think anybody could have predicted. Unless you're a pessimistic Cowboys fan, no one in their right mind would have picked the Jets. But Sam Darnold came in with an energy. Mono must have given him superpowers. Thanks, Mom, for the joke. And he went out there, balled out his pass to Robbie Anderson crazy good. Brought in energy this past game. Their defense stepped up, but I think having a quarterback who's competent is very important. He showed that it was. Apparently, he was the key that the Jets needed, and he propelled them to victory this past week. Really good job, Sam Darnold and the Jets. Very impressive win of the week. Alright, everybody, the loss of the week is going to be the Titans. I know it could have been the Cowboys, Buccaneers, maybe even the Chargers, but nah, it has to be the Titans this week. You lay a fat goose egg on the scoreboard. Totally ineffective offensively. Defensively, they were actually still really good, but offensively, they couldn't get anything going. Denver Broncos had their number all day, forcing Mariota to throw not one, but 2 interceptions. The first of the whole entire year, the first turnovers he's had all year, fumbles, interceptions. Denver got him. They also got him for, I think, 6 sacks, 1 on Ryan Tannehill, 1 pick on Tannehill as well. So around 7 sacks, 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions, and man, that was a big day for the Broncos and a really bad day for the Titans. Also, honorable mention for loss of the week, me. Oh, just joking, but it was not good. Alright everybody, SVTV's players of the week, let's get right into it. Offensive player of the week is going to be Stefon Diggs. He's got 3 touchdowns off of 7 catches, 167 yards. He wanted to be more a part of the offense. He didn't actually want to go. He was just frustrated. They got him the ball. Kirk Cousins got on the ball against a bad Philadelphia secondary. Kirk Cousins and Stefon Diggs were able to take advantage of it, and Stefon Diggs absolutely took advantage of it. He wants to stay in Minnesota, wink wink.
Want to be in Minnesota?
Yeah, I want to be in Minnesota.
Delvin was saying.
And that was a great performance from him. Also, honorable mentions, Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins, of course, the one getting him the ball, and then Lamar Jackson, who said he says he doesn't want to be a running back, and then he goes out and leads the league in rushing this past week. Are you kidding me, Lamar? Right, sure, buddy. But anyway, no, Stefon Diggs wins it outright. 3 touchdowns, 7 catches, 167. Very impressive. Alright, defense player of the week is going to be Virtanen Butler of the Carolina Panthers. Went over to London and had himself a day. He had the day in London that I think everybody thought Khalil Mack would have. He had 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Man, that was a big performance for Carolina over in London. Defensively, just wow. They were all over Jameis Winston and the Buccaneers. And again, I think they had the day everyone thought the Chicago Bears defense was going to have against the Raiders. But no, it was the Carolina Panthers this past week against the Tampa Bay Bucks. And a lot of it was Vernon Butler up front creating the pressures to force those picks, force those throws, and rattling Jameis Winston. Gerald McCoy actually had a big day too. 2.5 sacks, but he didn't have the forced fumbles or anything, so we had to give it to Vernon Butler. Alright everybody, special teams player of the week is going to be Matt Prater. Yes, I know he was a part of the losing team. He didn't get a game-winning kick like the guy on the other sideline, Mason Crosby. I get it, but personally, I'm a fan of Matt Prater. I love the guy. Plus, he went 5 of 5, 100%, 16 points, made all his extra points, which was only one. I mean, the guy balled out. He was basically the offense, and it's not his fault they lost. They should have really turned a lot of those into touchdowns. And then the refs deal, there was a lot going on there. But, yeah, they were very ineffective on offense once they got past the 50. Had to rely on field goals. And Matt Prater, the special teams player of the week. So, had to give it to him. I mean, if you're hitting 5 out of 5, come on. I mean, let's get real here. That's a really good day for any kicker. And here, he gets SVTV's special teams player of the week. Alright everybody, are you ready? Are you ready? No, seriously, I know I ask this every week, but are you really ready? Alright, yes, you are ready. I know you are. So here is SVTV's play of the week.
Take the belt, go deep. Anderson's out there. This is gonna go the distance. 92 yards. Darnold to Anderson. Incredible.
Alright everybody, hope you enjoyed SVTV's Play of the Week. If you did, hit that like button down below to show your support for the NFL players actually making the plays. Anyway, let's get into how we did this past week. This past week, oh my lord, it did not go well. We hit 43% of our picks, which is 6 out of 14, so didn't even get to 50%. That sucks. Let's see who we got right. We got the Patriots right, Seahawks right, Ravens right, Redskins right, 49ers right, and the Packers correct. Alright, that means the Chargers didn't win, the Cowboys didn't win, the Titans didn't win, the Falcons didn't win, the Eagles didn't win, Chiefs didn't win, Jaguars didn't win, and the Buccaneers did not win. Out of those, I mean, Buccaneers, Panthers, that was a toss-up for me. I could see either team winning, so it's not a big surprise there. Saints, Jaguars, again, yeah, Jaguars defense, both defenses actually stepped up big time, but the Saints were able to get enough done offensively, but that was a really close game, like I thought it was going to be. It just happened to be in the other team's favor. Chiefs, Texans, again, yeah, I guess I could see the Texans winning. I had a close game. I picked a close game, and the Texans ended up getting on top. Again, Patty Mahomes' ankle looked like it wasn't doing well. Eagles over Vikings, yeah, I really thought Kirk Cousins would become one-dimensional. I thought that running game would fail him, and then he'd have to throw and wouldn't succeed at that, but, Eagles secondary really is hurting, and it definitely showed this past Sunday. He had himself a day, of course. And then the Cardinals, Falcons, yeah, I was so close, like razor thin close to picking the Cardinals, but I just thought, yeah, Falcons will do well offensively like they always do, and then maybe defensively they can come out and stop Kyler Murray, but that obviously didn't happen. Cardinals got it. Good for Kyler Murray, though. I'm really happy for him. Cliff Kingsbury, that was a solid win. And if the Jets didn't win, probably would have picked them as win of the week. And then Titans, Broncos. Broncos just came out to play at home. I mean, come on. They had a really big day. I thought the Titans would utilize their tight ends more. Did not happen. They utilized Adam Humphries, though. He was the best part of the offense for the Titans that whole entire day. Let's be real for a second. Imagine being Adam Humphries. You have to play with Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota. Oh, man. Okay. Just had to throw that out there. My condolences to Adam Humphries. And then the Cowboys, nope. And then Steelers, Chargers. Oh, Duck Devlin Hodges. I'm sure you guys, all you guys saw the video that I posted. Just a little something for Duck Hodges. Devlin Duck, as I so lovingly refer to him. He got his first win. Good for him. Bad for my pick'em record. But there you go. That was week 6 for you. All right. We're moving on. pushing past, moving to week 7. Let's clear our heads. Let's get this thing back on track. Alright, we are looking to go 100% this week, and to do that, we must first start off with Thursday Night Football, as always. And that game is going to be the Chiefs versus the Broncos. Chiefs coming in off a bad loss. The Broncos at home in this game, coming off a big win, again at home, versus the Titans. That was a really huge win for them. That was a great defensive performance. Running game, really good running game. They got their running game and defense going fantastic right now, and that's what you need to win games. Joe Flacco has his spurts with Cortland Sutton, but ultimately Lindsey and Royce Freeman are taking over that offense, which is good to see. I'm glad they got a run game going. Their defense really good at the moment. Vic Fangio finally got them on track. They found some players that really want to play for him, and they seem like they got a good rotation going. DeMarcus Walker finally coming into his own, which is also nice to see. The Chiefs, on the other hand, just like Patrick Mahomes, they've been limping out of these past couple of games. They just, oh man, the whole team seems to be exactly like Patrick Mahomes. When he's healthy and ready, roaring to go, dude, that team is lights out. But when he's limping, the team's limping. I don't know about this one. This one's going to be a really tough one. I mean, they're trying to go into Mile High, which is always hard to play at. Coming in cold, Broncos coming in hot. But, you know, with all that being said, I do think the Chiefs come out with a win at Mile High, 30-20 on Thursday night. I finally got a Thursday night pick'em win this past week. First of the season, so excited. With this one, we're looking to make it 2. I would not be surprised if the Broncos come out with a win. But I'm going to have to go Chiefs here. I think they pull it out. Again, like I said last week, I thought the Titans would utilize their Titans more. Titans using tight ends more last week. That didn't happen, but the Chiefs love Travis Kelce, and on a short week, I think they definitely go to Travis Kelce more, and Broncos have a tough time with tight ends. I think the Chiefs get it. Alright, Sunday football, we've got the Rams versus the Falcons. The Rams coming off tough weeks. Very tough weeks. But Gurley is reportedly probable for this next game, so hopefully he can come back, have himself a day. And on the other side, Falcons, boy. Whoa, they are falling off a cliff fast. Their defense is dying out there. But offensively, they are flourishing as just as good. Like, Matt Ryan's just as good as his MVP season in 2017. Like, he's playing really good ball. And the offense is moving. The running game, here and there. But Matt Ryan, passing game, outstanding. Defensively, running game, where you need, that's your bread and butter. That's where you need to win. And they're not winning there. Rams, on the other hand, again, not winning there either. That's why they're losing. They can't get a running game going. Their defense is faulty. They lost to Keep Talib this past week. He's going on IR with a rib injury, so there's another loss. I mean, he was a liability at times this season too, but I mean, he's still a really good player, and now you lost him for this season. That's not good. And now, right after I recorded, they just traded away Marcus Peters for Kenny Young and a pick, and then also got Austin Corbett from the Browns, and the biggest one of the day, they got Jalen Ramsey. Okay, I see you, Rams. Les Snead making some moves. Alright, we'll see how that works out. I do like the addition of Kenny Young. I think that could work out. And then Jalen Ramsey, I mean, you just lost to Keep Talib and Marcus Peters in a trade today. So, but also Austin Corbett, yeah, he wasn't that great in Cleveland, but they needed offensive linemen, and that might turn out to be alright. Change of scenery can sometimes work out for a player. Maybe it works out for him. I don't know how it'll work out, but it's interesting, and I kind of like it. Alright, back to the regularly scheduled episode. Take it away, buddy. Alright, thanks, buddy. And here we are, back in the episode. The Rams are coming all the way from LA to ATL. I think they do win. I do think the Rams win 31-21 over the Falcons. I think they give each other a pretty good game. In the end, I think Jared Goff, and if Todd Gurley is back, if not Malcolm Brown, can have an okay day, a good enough day at least, and I think they win over the Falcons. Alright, Dolphins versus Bills. The Dolphins coming off of winning the Tank Bowl by losing. The Bills coming off a bye. I think that really helps them. I think that defense is outstanding. That offense might be able to have themselves a day. I kind of don't think they do, but I do think they win. I think the Bills win 17-3. Again, that offense will move the ball. It'll be alright. But something's telling me it's not going to be a high-scoring game, but it's still going to be a blowout. You know what I mean? Like, the scoreboard won't show blowout, but it's going to be Bills game the whole way in a 17-3 game. I think the Dolphins offense will be eaten alive by the Bills defense. Poyer, Mike Hyde, Tre'Davious White, Edmonds, Lorenzo Alexander, another ageless wonder. It's not going to be a good day for Josh Rosen, and then Ryan Fitzmagic, who ultimately will probably come in by the end of that game. And then defensively, I think the Dolphins can do alright, but not enough to win. Bills get it. Alright, the Jaguars versus the Bengals. The Jaguars coming off a tough loss to the Saints. A close loss, but a tough loss. The Bengals coming off a bad loss to the Ravens, but again, a close loss to the Ravens. They competed. Bengals actually have been competing a lot, and they're close to winning some games. They're really close, but there's something, mainly the offensive line and the back seven of the defense, but they're close. The Jaguars defense, however, is outstanding. The offense, I think, can take advantage of that Bengals defense. I do think the Jaguars win 28-10 over the Bengals. It's going to be in Cincinnati, but still, I don't think that matters here. I think the Jaguars can travel well. I do think they travel well. I think Fournette might be able to have himself a good game, but I do think ultimately that Jaguars defense is what wins them in the game in the end. Alright, the Vikings versus the Lions coming up next. The Vikings coming off a huge win over Philly. That was a big win. Philly is a playoff caliber team. They're a really good team. They just don't have it on the back end on defense. They should really think about Jalen Ramsey or somebody that they can trade for, except not anymore. That option's off the table. Oh man, should have done it while you had the chance, Eagles. Damn. They need just at least one person on that defense in the defensive backfield that's not currently on the team that can come in and do something for them. Anyway, we're talking about the Vikings here. And the Vikings ripped them up so bad that they had to fire their middle linebacker. That's how bad Kirk Cousins ripped the Eagles up. Nah, he's talking trash and they fired, whatever. Anyway, Stefon Diggs had himself a game. Adam Thielen's had himself a good past couple of weeks. And then against a division rival and the Lions coming in off okay, that was a game, right? Yeah, it's some really questionable calls. They also beat themselves. I mean, the Lions could score a touchdown to save their lives. And even when they did, Kerryon Johnson barely did, and some even question if he actually did. It kind of looked like he was short. But then again, so was Camaro on his catch. I mean, it was just a really bad day of fishing. It's been a league-wide problem this season. There's a lot that goes into it. I think you have new officials because a lot of them have been retiring because they've been in the NFL for 40 plus years. So you have inexperience compounded with all these new rules and regulations that come in every single year. I mean, what is a catch? What is pass interference? What is it not? Oh, now you can review it, but nah, we don't really feel like that's a good idea, but there's it's a primetime game. I mean, you have to get call correct with your eyes. You can't review half the stuff, which is great. I mean, I would rather that than having to review every single freaking play because of penalty, even if it's wrong. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into all of that. Anyway, we're talking about a game here, buddy, and I do think the Lions pull it out at home. Okay, I know you're like, wait, what? But I do think the Lions pull it out over the Vikings 26-21. I think the Lions on offense can get enough done against the Vikings. And then defensively, they are looking better than the Eagles at this point. I think they stop up Kirk Cousins. That defensive backfield knows what they're doing. I think they can have themselves a day. And then up front, Trey Flowers, gets a couple in on Kirk Cousins. I also think Jared Davis and the rest of the front seven can get after Dalvin Cook, stop him up a little bit. this week. I think the Lions win at home over the Vikings. Alright, next up, the Raiders versus the Packers. The Packers coming off a big win, a walk-off win. It's the Mason Crosby field goal. The Raiders coming off a big bye. Hey, they needed it. Before that bye, coming off a big win. Actually, a couple of wins coming off that bye. They're coming in to Lambeau, but I don't think they carry the momentum. I do think the Packers win 28-14 over the Raiders. I think Aaron Rodgers can have a field day with that defense. Aaron Jones coming off a bad game for him. I think he comes in this week and makes up for it. I think the Raiders, yeah, they're well rested, but I don't think it happens for them this week. I don't think they can pull off yet another quote-unquote upset, and I think the Packers get this one. All right, up next, we have the Texans versus the Colts. The Texans coming in hot. The Colts coming in fresh, because they also had their bye week. The Texans, Deshaun Watson is an absolute beast out there, absolute just gunslinger rocketeer. That guy showing moves and showing off his arm. That guy is balling out right now for the Texans. He's the main show on offense. He's making sure they get it done. Carlos Hyde is actually starting to show up too, which is cool to see. And then that defense has its moments where it fails, but overall has been pretty solid. And then on the flip side, the Colts, man, they are a team to watch out for. I told you, don't sleep on them. Do not sleep on them. Still don't sleep on them, because Frank Reich has them playing great. He is a great head coach, and I'm so happy he got his chance with the Colts. Even Andrew Luckless, Malik Hookerless, Darius Leonardless for the past couple of games. I mean, they're still getting it done. They didn't have those players against the Kansas City Chiefs, who beat the crap out of them in the playoffs this past, well, not this past week, but the week prior. Beat them, no problem. And in this one, it's going to be a close one. I do think the Texans pull it out, though, and I think the Texans win 35-28 over the Colts. I think Deshaun Watson, although, yeah, the Colts are going to be ready and fresh and good to go, I do think Deshaun Watson is going to have himself a day against that defense. And I think ultimately the Texans can stop him enough times on offense to get at least up one score and win the game. Alright, the Cardinals versus the Giants. This is a really tough one for me. Both teams are pretty much the same, as in they have a pretty solid defense, which lets up big plays every now and again, and offensively, rookie QBs with running backs that may not be 100%. Well, David Johnson, I think, is now, but Saquon Barkley should be coming back this week off his high ankle sprain. That will be a huge boost to them. Also, both QBs are mobile threats. I think it'll be a really good game. The Cardinals are finally getting back Patrick Peterson. I know I said that back in week 4, and apparently I was wrong. It was a 6-game suspension, not a 4-game suspension. I really thought it was a 4-game suspension. I thought that was the base suspension for the PED policy. My bad. It was actually a 6-week suspension, so they're getting him back finally this week. So that should be a big boost for them. He'll probably be on golden tape for most of the day, so that should be an interesting matchup, cool to watch. However, I do think the X factor of this game and what is ultimately going to swing it to one team or the other is going to be Larry Fitzgerald. I do think the Cardinals win 20-17. And man, it's gonna be a really close one. Like I said, 20-17. I really am close to picking the Giants. And if it's the Giants in the end, man, I'm gonna kick myself. That's with the CK, not 2 L's. Kick myself. I'm gonna kick myself. Yeah, kick the bucket. No, anyway. Oh no. The Cardinals. Why not? I believe in them right now. Coming off that big game against the Falcons, I think the addition of Patrick Peterson's going to really help. And then they've been getting more balanced. If they were weak, coming off of week 1 or 2, I would have said Giants. But you know what? Cardinals, go on the road. Why not? Let's get it. I believe in you, Kyler. Please don't let me down. Cardinals win. All right, next up, 49ers versus Redskins. Yeah, I mean, come on. Is it really a question? Redskins are going to win. I mean, all day. Come on. Are you kidding me? Case Keenum, Adrian Peterson, are you serious? No. 49ers win 36-16. It's not going to be close. God, if the Redskins win, woo, I am going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. But 49ers win. George Kittle is a boss. That running game is fantastic. That defense is just unspeakable. Like, it is crazy good, that defense, and I see no way in hell, heaven, or earth that the Redskins win this game. And yes, I'm going to meme myself in the next episode if the Redskins win. I tell you that right now. Alright, next up, the Chargers versus the Titans. This is my next game, which I could either way, any which way I could go. The Titans coming off terrible performance. The Chargers coming off a terrible 3 quarters, and then somewhat of life at the end of the Steelers game, and then fell flat in the end. The Chargers having a plethora of players going on IR or just injured in general. The Titans just have all their players, basically. They just aren't playing up to par offensively, at least. Defensively, they're still really good, but not enough to be winning games at the moment. However, they are in Nashville. Chargers have to come all the way across, and even though, like, I really considered this, the Chargers are a really good road team. They play not that great at air quoting home. Their home is still in San Diego to me. But that being said, they're coming all the way out to Nashville, and yeah, again, they're usually a good road team, but here, I'm gonna say Titans. Gritting my teeth, I'm gonna say Titans. Titans! Because it's going to be a really close one, I think. I could see it going Chargers so easily, but Titans win 20-14 in this one, I think. I hope. Yes, I do think the Titans win, even with Ryan Tannehill coming in for Marcus Mariota, which to me, I don't agree with. I think it's a little too hasty. Again, Mariota was the only starting quarterback to not have a single turnover through the first 5 weeks, and he just happened to have a bad game against the Broncos. I know he hasn't been lighting it up, but I still think it's a little too hasty for that move. However, it's going to be Tannehill, and we'll see how it goes. We'll have to trust Mike Vrabel on this one and just see where it goes from there. The Titans have the better defense at the moment. Oh, yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen either. Didn't think I was ever going to say that. Offensively, I think they're pretty much on par at the moment. Both have running backs that they're not using correctly right now. Both have a pretty good wide receiving core that's doing their job when they can get them the ball. Quarterback is a mismatch. I mean, Phillip Rivers, obviously. But right now, I mean, he's not been able to put up the performances he would like. Same as Mariota or Tannehill. But offensive line, I would give the advantage to the Titans there. Tight end, I mean, the Chargers are using their tight ends. Titans did, but now it's like a magic act and they just disappeared. I don't know what's going there. But anyway, no, Titans win. Why not? Have a little bit of confidence, buddy. Alright, everybody, Saints versus Bears. This is going to be a big one. It's going to be up in the Windy City in Chicago. I think that is going to be a factor. Saints have to get out of their dome. Defensively, both teams are doing really well. The Bears are coming off a bye, though. I think that also factors in. I do think the Bears win here. Whoa, okay. Yeah, I know. But I think the Bears win 21-16 over the Saints in this one. They are getting Trubisky back, which probably doesn't excite many Bears fans, or they're like, okay, indifferent about it. But I think Saints have to get out of their dome. They have to come to the Windy City. Yeah, I know Teddy Two Gloves played a good amount of games in Minnesota. He knows what that's like. I get it. But, I mean, he spent the past couple of years down in New Orleans and stuff, where it's hot and muggy and everything, and he's got accustomed to being in a dome. And here, I definitely could see the Saints winning, but I think the Bears defense are able to pull it out in the Bears' favor, and ultimately in the end the Saints aren't able to get it done. Teddy's last win, he goes 4-1. Props to you, buddy. Drew Brees comes in, takes them to the playoffs, so on and so forth, and that's the rest of the story.
Now you know the rest of the story.
Paul Harvey, anyone? Any Paul Harvey fans out there? Come on, I'm throwing references at you. Put it down in the comments below if you knew, listened to, or loved Paul Harvey. He was awesome. Good memories. Anyway, yeah, Bears win. Why not? Again, with all these picks. Why? Why not? Bears win. Alright, next up, Ravens versus the Seahawks. Ravens coming off a big win over the Bengals. Big day for Lamar on the ground, that's for sure. They did let up a kick return for a touchdown. Not good. Not good. But ultimately, they got it pretty much under control for most of the game. They did let the Bengals kind of hang in there a little bit too long for my liking, but they ended up getting it in the end. The Seahawks, on the other hand, let Cleveland hang in there for a while, but ended up winning in the end as well. They did have a pretty good day defensively, and then offensively, just amazing, outstanding MVP-like performance from Russell, and the rest of the offense did really well too. I mean, he had a drive where his helmet wasn't receiving the audio from the offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer. He just called the whole offense. The whole drive, which was a touchdown drive of like 88 yards or something like that. Yes, he led a whole drive by himself. Russell Wilson is a big boy. He is a big boy. He is the man, okay? But anyway, no, that was a really good job by him. And on a serious note, I could see Russell Wilson being an offensive coordinator when he gets done playing football. That'd be cool to see. Keep your eyes out on quarterbacks coach and then offensive coordinator Russell Wilson. That'd be fun. Anyway, I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be in Seattle. They haven't been playing great there, and a lot of their games have been really close, and I think it's no different here. I do think the Seahawks win, but I think it's really close. I think the Seahawks win 28-27 over the Ravens in this one. I think Lamar can have himself a day again on the ground, even through the air a little bit. I think they'll have Bobby Wagner on a quarterback spy on him, but he'll get his. He'll get one up on Bobby Wagner every now and again, even though Bobby Wagner's a great player himself. But ultimately, I think Russell Wilson, that Seahawks offense, they'll get it done. I mean, come on. They should be able to pull it out in the end, and the Seahawks win. All right, everybody, Sunday Night Football. Are you excited? Another Eagles vs. Cowboys matchup in prime time. Yeah! Both of these teams coming off of, oh man, bad losses. The Cowboys coming off a worse loss, I'll grant you that. But, I mean, Sam Darnold ripping you up, Kirk Cousins ripping you up. I mean, come on. Which one would you be less proud of if you were the defense? Both teams are 3-3. This is basically the fight for the top of the division at this point. Which one is going to be the team that goes 9-7 and into the playoffs? It may be 10-6. Anyway, which team is going to be on top for the next 7 weeks? Is it going to be the Eagles or the Cowboys? It is in Jerry's world. That's going to be huge. The Eagles defense, of course, has strong front 7, bad back 4. The Cowboys defense is pretty much the opposite, which is weird. You'd think strong front 7, DeMarcus Lawrence, Robert Quinn, but it's pretty much a good back 7, linebackers, defensive backs, and the front 4 aren't doing exactly what everyone thought they would, what I thought they would at least. However, all that being said, I do think the Cowboys win 24-21 in a close one. I think Dak Prescott and that offense, Ezekiel Elliott, they can get back on track this week. I don't think Dak Prescott has Kirk Cousins type numbers, but I do think he plays well in this one. I think the Cowboys can pull it out at home. They are a good home team. They just unfortunately got beat on the road against the Jets this past week. Outside of the Packers game, I think they've been really good at home. I think they continue it here against the Eagles on prime time on Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys get the win here and move to being back on top of the division. All right, Monday Night Football, everybody. It's booger time, baby. Are you ready? Are you ready for some booger football, everybody? Anyway, it's going to be the Patriots versus the Jets. And the Jets, come on. All right. They're coming in hot. And they're going to be at home. It's going to be a big time game for Sam Darnold. Can he actually get it done in prime time? Is he the real deal? Was last week just a fluke? Are the Cowboys really that bad? Or are the Jets really coming in hot? Are they that good? Are they that much better with Sam Darnold? We will get to see against this great Patriots defense on Monday night. The Patriots defense, outstanding. The Patriots offense, not not outstanding. They're getting it done, but overall, man, it's not looking great. They're not getting as much of a running game as I thought they would. Tom Brady's looking a little above average at the moment. The wide receivers injured, banged up, IR. It's not looking great. Julian Edelman seems to be all right though, which is Tom Brady's main target. So, I mean, there's pluses. And then that offensive line, I mean, they're doing really good with what they have. Scarnecchia has the players he has playing pretty good. But here against a Jets defense who has a pretty solid front four, and then on the defensive back front, safeties looking great. Cornerbacks, not so much. And I think the Patriots can take advantage of that. I think that's what ultimately gets them in the end. I think the Patriots win 31-23 over the Jets. I like the Jets offense in this one. I think they can do well, but defensively, I mean, they have their spots of greatness on that defense, but I think ultimately the Patriots can take advantage of their weaknesses. That's Bill Belichick's specialty. He doesn't try to eliminate your strengths. He just goes for your weaknesses, wins pretty much every time doing that. And I think he does it again here on Monday Night Football in prime time. And one more thing before I end this show. How is it fair? Now, let me pull back on that. How? Just how? Not fair to, just how is it possible that the Patriots go from having a Thursday night game to having a Monday night game? Like, that's the longest stretch possible for back-to-back games you can have. And the Patriots, of all people, get it. Come on! No, I'm not. It's not rigged or anything. It just, that's how the scheduling goes. Also, really quick note, the Patriots have the lowest strength of schedule in NFL history. Just throwing that out there. And that is a fact, Jack. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit me up in the comments down below with all of your opinions, bold predictions, anything you want to tell me. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. Again, copy and paste is in the description for a weekly pick'em. You can copy it from the description, paste it with who you think is going to win in the comments down below. Would love for you to pick alongside me or against me, however you want to view it, in the comments down below. That would be fun. And if you don't want to do that, again, bold predictions, opinions, anything would be welcome down in the comments below. Anyway, this season has been very interesting. Hopefully we can get it back on track this next week. Go 90% or something crazy like that. That would make my week. That would be really nice. But anyway, with that being said, appreciate you guys, love you guys, and as always, I'm Buddy Strange. This is StrangeVoodooTV. Keep it strange, everybody. I'll see you in the next one, and peace